Hi everybody, I'm Argle Fumf. I am playing Nancy Drew Warnings at Waverly Academy. This is a live stream. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Making sure you can hear everything, right? Oh no, is Nancy not talking anymore?
Questioning suspects
There we
is
go,
something
okay.
all detectives need to know how to do.
Yeah,
In
I
the
can hear her
game, to
talk
get
now.
people to
Okay,
talk
good.
to you,
Looks like the
all you
audio
have to do
settings
is
are
click.
fine. So, the point of this video is I'm trying to reach a death scene as soon as possible, and there are 3 death scenes in this game, I believe. Only 3. One is the very end of the game where you have the Pit and the Pendulum challenge. That's obviously not the fastest because that's at the end of the game. You can fall off of the tree when climbing the tree, and I think that only happens on the second day of the game. I'll check that here. Other than that, the only death I know of is getting demerits and getting kicked out of Waverly Academy. Okay, just leave a comment if you can think of any other death scenes in the game. But I think the fastest one is going to be getting demerits and getting kicked out of Waverly Academy. I don't think we can fall out of the window on the first day of the game. So, I guess that's what I'll do first, is check to see what the fastest route is. And I'm pretty sure that's it, though. At the start, you can click in the upper left-hand corner to skip that opening scene, which is nice. The fastest way through this conversation with Corrine is to select the second option every time.
With me. Anyway, welcome to our.
I did get a comment recently about this game, saying, because I've done a deaths video for all the Nancy Drew games, so a video showing off every single possible death scene of the game, and I got a comment saying, Michael, you forgot a death scene in Warnings at Waverly Academy. You need to redo the entire video. And I went, oh no. What death did I miss? And they said,
all my stuff's being shipped from France, Lyon.
You missed
It'll
getting
be here
demerits.
in a couple of days,
But
please,
that's in the video. That's in the video. The deaths by demerits is in the video. So I'm still a little worried I missed a death in this game.
Believe me,
Even if I didn't show every single possible way you can get demerits, you can get a lot of demerits in this game. A lot of different ways, like not doing Snack Shack, you know, breaking the special display case in the library, climbing out the window right now. That's the easy one, and that's the one I'll be trying.
Oh, and I should probably
And happy Saturday, everyone.
The
Happy Saturday.
Some of the kids on this floor have
Oh my gosh, Corrine talks for a long time, doesn't she? So this is another game where we get somebody talking at us for most of the
And last
intro.
week, the girl in the room next door, Megan Vargas, she got a second note, and that night she ate something at dinner she was allergic to and had such a bad reaction that she had to go home. Somebody's obviously playing a prank, but a lot of kids are starting to get really freaked out.
Wait a minute. You mean the only girls to get notes from this black cat person are girls who are in the running to be valedictorian?
I am going to
hadn't
find it
really thought of
funny
it
if
that
the
way,
fastest
yeah, I
death
guess
is
that's right.
actually just going out the
Maybe
window
somebody's
over and
jealous of the
over and
smart
over
kids or
again
something.
here
Or
at
maybe
the
it's one
start
of
of the
us.
game.
Maybe someone's
But
trying to scare off
I will check all the
Whatever. It's not gonna work on me.
Well, guess I'd better go
I will
start
check
meeting
the
people.
save files after
Yeah, I guess you'd
I
better.
start. I
I'm
mean,
not so bad, right?
after we get
What
this
do you
death,
mean?
okay?
It's just that, well, you're about to find out that I'm not exactly the most.
So let's see.
Never
The window
mind.
is on the
You'll see
left-hand
soon
side,
enough.
right? Or is it on the right? Yeah, it's on the left.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my mom, Corrine.
Now, climbing that tree just cost you 3 demerits.
Paige will see you, I guarantee it.
Out of the tree and back to your room, Becca. That's 3 demerits.
Alright, so it looks like I have to move my mouse a little bit to the right-hand side there. So, like, I go on the left-hand side when I'm going through the
And I just
tree.
gave you 3
But to
demerits.
go through the
Now
window,
get
it's got to
down
be
from
here on
there
the
and go
right-hand
to your
side.
room.
What's up, Roomy?
No! I didn't
I'll let
want
you
to
get
talk
back
to you,
to your
Corrine.
paper.
Nobody ever wants to
Later.
talk to you, Corrine.
I wouldn't do that
Probably
if I
hurting
were
Corrine's
you.
feelings to
Miss
say that.
Sawyer, get down from there before you fall and break your neck. That will be 3 demerits.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Alright, so you do have a little bit of
Becca,
moving your
and I
mouse
just
left
gave you
and
3
right.
demerits. Now get down from there and go to your room.
And here we go. This is the ending scene. So I need to click immediately to skip this. And the timer ends with good news, bad news. So let me check something else. Let's check, what happens if I set...
Not now. I should go meet the other girls first.
Nancy won't let us set the alarm till like 1 o'clock. Well, darn, I was gonna see what happened when we go outside in the middle of the night.
Not now. I should go meet the other girls
So it looks like the
first.
fastest death is 100% going to be... Because if we go outside, we meet Izzy, and that's a whole scene. Let's see what the other deaths are in this game. Okay, expelled. What is this one? That's setting your timer late at night. Yeah, there's climbing the tree, the death at the end of the game. I guess they call sneaking around at night a second chance. But this isn't really a game over scene. This, I'll show you what it looks like. This is just to get demerit scene.
I hope you like demerits because you just got 5 of them.
Yeah. So, game over. No. Doesn't count as a game over for the purposes of a death percent. So I guess it is possible that, you know, there's a death in the game that I don't know about and haven't gotten before, but I kind of doubt it. Oh yeah, now I remember. With clock, that's considered a death scene, because if you skip ahead too late, you just missed out on Snack Shack. You just got demerits, and if that's the last demerit to get you kicked out of the house, I mean, get you kicked out of Waverly, then it is technically kind of a game over for you. So I'm not seeing anybody here in the chat who has any ideas on what a better death would be. So I think that's it. I think we're going to have to go with that as just because I can't change the time. Because I can't change the time, I think that's going to be the determining factor, and that the fastest death is just going out the window 5 times in a row.
If you want to know the headmistress at the Waverly...
So let's go.
Hey, you're the new person.
I've got my timer running now.
I'm Corrine, the person who
check
stuck
my
rooming
timer.
with you. I mean,
But of
you're
course,
the
we
person
still
who
have to
stuck
hear
rooming with
Corrine
me.
talk. Let's see
Anyway,
how long
welcome to
Corine
my-
talks, though.
Our humble
So in
dwelling
the
space.
previous game, George
You don't
talked
mind
for
having a roommate?
about a
Not
minute.
at all. The
About a
roommate I
minute.
used to
Let's see if
have,
Corine
Danielle,
talks any
she and
longer
I got along
than
great.
George does.
I was told you could help me, you know, get oriented.
Oh yeah, you bet. Let's see.
And
First thing you gotta
Kyler
do
in the
is
game
read the
before
Waverly
that, she
student
talks
guide,
for
which is
about
online.
2 minutes.
If you don't have a
Yikes.
laptop,
Colin talks for a while
one
in
little
the
bag is
game
all you
before that,
brought?
but that's partially because he
all my
forces you
stuff's
to
being
look at his
shipped from
tesserae,
France.
and
Leon.
so that
It'll be here in a couple of days.
that
but
makes him
please,
talk
go
for
on.
like at least 2
Anyway,
minutes.
you
I
can
think
get online
Margarita
by
talks
jumping
for
on
2
the
to
computer
3
in the
minutes, and
library. Just make sure you
Phantom
read
of
the part in the
Venice.
guide about Waverly's demerit system really well. It's enforced by Paige. Believe me, you do not want to mess
But
with
hey,
her.
at least it's relatively easy to
Let's
get
see,
through
what
this
else?
opening
Oh, yeah.
conversation.
This
It's
floor's
just the
special
second
because
option
only seniors who are
twice,
viable
and then the
candidates
last
for
option, and then
valedictorian
the
live up
last
here.
option.
Whoever's named valedictorian gets a full ride scholarship to the university of her choice, so it's a pretty big deal. Of course, the only truly viable candidate is me. Oh, and I should probably tell you about the curse.
The curse?
Some of the kids on this floor have been getting these like threatening notes from someone calling herself the Black Cat. Well, the first note's a warning, but if you get a second one, something really bad happens to you. And last week, the girl in the room next door, Megan Vargas,
All right.
she got a second note, and that night she ate something at dinner she was allergic to and had such a bad reaction that she had to go home. Somebody's obviously
is
playing
still
a prank,
talking.
but a lot of kids are starting to get really freaked out.
Wait a minute. You mean the only girls to get notes from this black cat person are girls who are in the running to be valedictorian?
I hadn't really thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess that's right. Maybe somebody's jealous of us smart
Here we
kids or
go. We're
something.
coming up
Or
on the
maybe it's one of
2-minute
us.
mark. Corrine
Maybe
totally
someone's trying
talks
to
for
scare
2
off the
minutes.
competition. Whatever. It's
Yep.
not gonna work on me.
Almost exactly
Well,
2
guess
minutes.
I better go
Wow.
start meeting people.
Yeah, I guess you'd better. I'm not so
Okay,
bad, right?
so like a
What
lot
do
of
you
these
mean?
death percent
It's just
speedruns,
that-
what we want to do
well,
is
you're about
finish
to find out that I'm
talking,
not
you know,
exactly the
get
most-
through the opening conversation as quickly as
Never
possible,
mind.
and then we just
Okay,
rush
soon
to the
enough.
death, which is here. It's the window.
Get in trouble.
I see you, Becca.
So I
Now
feel like
just
this
save you
particular
3
death
demerits.
scene,
Now get down from there and go to your room.
it's going to be random, because you see Corrine and Paige say different things every
Paige
single
will see
time.
you, I guarantee it.
So
Out of the
it's
three, and
basically,
back to
if
your
you're
room,
lucky,
Becca.
you know,
Three
they'll say
demerits.
like the shortest thing all 5 times. So we have to do it 5 times, right? That's how many
Paige will see
times
you,
you have
I
to run through the
guarantee it.
window.
Miss Sawyer.
So that's number 3.
Get down from there before you fall and break your neck. That will be 3 demerits.
You know, on the other hand, Paige is saying, Paige is angry.
You're gonna get in trouble.
I see you, Becca. And I just gave you
She's
3
angry,
demerits.
so it's
Get
hard to
down from
tell,
there and go to
you
your
know,
room.
people tend to talk quickly when they're angry. So that could, like, help us, with the time.
Miss Sawyer, get down from there before you fall and break your neck.
That's
That would
kind
be
of
3 demerits.
slow angry. That's not fast angry, Paige. And then done. So that's about 3.5 minutes is how long it takes to get the first death of the game. So, yeah, how many
Hi,
times should
I'm
I
Nancy
try
Drew.
this?
The
I'm not
headmistress at the
sure.
Waverly Academy for Girls
We
has
could just
asked
do it
me.
over and over again. Why not? Oh dear! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I clicked outside the game window. I'm gonna have to restart that one. Sorry about that.
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. The headmistress at the
Probably
Waverly
didn't look
Academy.
weird on the stream, but it looked weird on my computer.
Hey, you're the new person. Becca something. Becca Sawyer. I'm Corrine, the person who stuck rooming with you.
Yeah, really. I feel
I
like
mean, you're
this
the
is going to
person
be
who
one of
stuck
the
rooming
more
with me.
boring games
Anyway,
to do
welcome to my
a death
bar.
percent speedrun
Humble
for,
dwelling
because
space.
it's just
You don't mind having a roommate?
the
Not at
speed
all.
depends
The
on
roommate I
just
used
how
to
much
have,
the
Danielle,
characters
she
talk,
and
and
I
there's
got
no
along
way to
great.
control
I
that.
was told you could help me, get oriented.
Oh yeah, you bet.
I mean, I
Let's
don't know.
see.
Is there a way to change
thing you gotta
it?
do
Like
is
if I
read the
if I
Waverly
go
Student
through the
Guide,
game
which is
files
online.
and delete
If
the
you don't have a
long
laptop,
sentences that the characters
doesn't look like
say,
you do.
will that force the
That
game
one
into
little
picking the
bag is
short
all you brought?
sentences? That would
All
be
my stuff's being
cheating,
shipped
though. That
from
feels
France,
like cheating,
Lyon.
messing with the
It'll be
game
here in a couple of
files.
days. But please, go on.
Anyway, you can get online by jumping on the computer in the library. Just make sure you read the part in the guide
Well, if
about
there's
Waverly's
anything you
demerit
guys want to
system
talk
really
about,
well.
just leave a
It's enforced
comment
by Paige. Believe me, you
in
do
the
not
live
want to
stream
mess
chat.
with her. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah,
I don't
this
have a
floor's
whole
special
lot to
because
do
only
here
seniors who are
besides
viable
just watch
candidates for
Crane.
valedictorian live up here. Whoever's named valedictorian gets a full ride scholarship to the university of her choice, so it's a pretty big deal. Of course, the only truly viable candidate is me. Oh, and I should probably
I did
tell
like
you about
how,
the curse.
The curse?
well, in the
Some of the kids
previous
on this
game,
floor have
Ransom
been
of the
getting
Seven
these,
Ships,
threatening
the,
notes from someone
the
calling
opening
herself the
conversation's
Black
only a
Cat.
minute, so
Well,
that's
the first note's
nice.
a warning, but if you get a second
But I don't
one,
like how you have
something
to
really
start the
bad
game by
happens to you.
checking the shed
last
and then
week, the girl
immediately
in the room
going
next
back
door,
to George
Megan
to getting
Vargas, she got a
the
second note,
shed
and that night she
key.
ate something
I
at
feel
dinner
like
she
it
was
would have been
allergic to
better
and had such a
if
bad reaction
the
that she had to
key
go
had
home.
just been given to
Somebody's
Nancy from the
obviously playing a
start.
prank, but a
Somebody
lot
asked
of
about
kids are
Dream
starting to get
Vacation.
really freaked
I
out.
don't know.
Wait a minute.
I've never been
you
to
mean
Disney
the only
World,
girls to get
believe it or
notes from this
not.
black
I
cat
think I want to
person
go
are
there.
girls who are in the running to
How's
be
that? Is that a
valedictorian?
good
I
Good
hadn't
option.
really thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess that's right.
Probably costs way too
Maybe
much
somebody's
money,
jealous
though.
of us smart kids or something. Or maybe it's one of us. Maybe someone's trying to scare off her competition. Whatever. It's not gonna work on me.
Well, guess I'd better go start meeting people.
Yeah, I guess you'd better. I'm not so bad, right?
Yeah, so this is
What
kind of...
do you mean?
It is kind of
It's
tough. I
just
have to
that
move my mouse
you're
left
about
and
to find
right,
out that
as
I'm not
opposed to
exactly
just
the most-
clicking in a straight line
Never
every
mind.
single
You'll
time.
see soon enough. I wouldn't
And the
do that if
first
I were
one
you.
is different. The
Out of
first
tree
one,
and
I
back
have
to
to
your
go a
room,
little bit to
Becca.
the
That's
left.
3 demerits.
Paige will see you, I guarantee it.
Yeah,
Out
I,
of the
I mean, you
tree
see, like,
and
the
back
first
to your
time
room, Becca.
going through the
That's
window, I
3
start at a
demerits.
different angle than the second time I go through the angle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Miss Sawyer, get down from there before you fall and break your neck. That will be 3 demerits.
You're gonna get in trouble.
I've already
Drew,
lost
Miss
count.
Sawyer,
Is this 4?
Now, climbing that tree just cost you 3 demerits.
It could be 4 or 5. Yep, this feels like the last.
I
It's
wouldn't
not.
do that if I were you.
I see you, Becca.
It's just
And I
something,
bet
yeah,
you
there is
3
just something
demerits.
hilarious
Get
about
down from
Nancy
there
doing
and
it
go to your room.
5 times in a row. That probably is the fastest demerit, because the others, if you do something bad, you get sent back to Nancy's room. But in this case, the demerit is in Nancy's room, so that's not really a time waster. So let's see if there is like an ideal place for me to move my mouse for this, because I start my mouse here. So this is about as far right as my mouse needs to be. Okay. But if I have my mouse here, like this is as far right as the mouse needs to be to open the door, that sends me to Corinne. So I need my mouse over on the left, and then move it to the right.
I wouldn't do that.
And then I can just triple click. So I think what I can do here is get a piece of tape. Get my trusty old piece of tape on my monitor and see how that works. Okay. I'll block my view, but okay. So if I go on the left-hand side of the tape here, then I move to the right-hand side, and then click like 5 times in a row.
Room, Miss Sawyer.
And
Now?
yeah, there we go. Of course, now I can't click these buttons for load and new. This is just so difficult. Okay, we'll see if the tape on the screen method works in cutting down time when it comes to
Hi,
just
I'm Nancy
clicking
Drew. The headmistress at the
to
Waverly
get
Academy
out
for
the
Girls
window.
has
But
asked
still,
me,
I think the
begged me,
big
actually, to
thing,
discover
the big
who's been
decider
leaving
in the
mysterious
speedrun
notes for
is probably going to be the just
Hey,
whatever
you're the new
random
person.
things Nancy
Becca
and
something.
Corinne,
Becca
what
Sawyer.
Nancy, Corinne,
I'm
and
Corinne,
Paige
the person who
say.
stuck rooming with you. I mean, you're the person
I think
who stuck
Nancy
rooming
does
with
say
me.
something different.
Anyway, welcome
like
to
at the
my-
end of every
your
conversation, and
art
this is true for like all the
glowing
Nancy
space.
Drew games. So
You don't
she
mind
like says
having a
one of
roommate?
Not at
3
all.
or 4
The roommate I
different
used to have,
things, like
Danielle, she
goodbye
and I
or
thought
I
you know,
was told you could help me.
see you later.
Get oriented.
bye.
Oh, yeah,
and,
you bet.
You know,
Let's
she generally
First
finishes
thing you gotta do
conversations
is
with
read the
something
Waverly
different every
Student
time.
Guide, which is online. If you don't have a laptop, it doesn't look like
Hi,
you do.
thanks for watching my
That one
channel.
little
Hope
bag
you
is all
enjoy the
you
live
brought?
stream.
All my stuff's being shipped from France, Lyon. It'll be here in
I
a
don't
couple
know
of
who
days.
my most underrated
please,
Nancy Drew
go on.
character is.
Anyway, you can
No,
get online
I feel
by
like
jumping on the
Leela
computer
might
in
be
the
the most
library.
underrated
Just
character
make
in this
sure
game.
you read the part in the guide about Waverly's demerit system really well. It's
Yeah,
enforced by
I
Paige.
think
Believe
people don't
me, you
usually
do
talk
not
about
wanna mess
her,
with her.
except to just
Let's see, what
complain
else?
that she's annoying
yeah,
when you play
this floor's
sports with
special
her.
because only seniors
Really,
who are
that's
viable
mostly what
candidates
she
for
does in
valedictorian
this
live up here.
game. She has her
Whoever's named
boyfriend
valedictorian
stolen
gets a
and
full
plays
ride
sports with
scholarship
you.
to the university of her choice, so it's a
Alright,
pretty
but I
big
still
deal.
feel like, come
Of
on,
course, the
there
only
could be more
truly viable
Leela
candidate
love.
is me. Oh, and I should probably tell you about the
Maybe
curse.
there's a storyline,
The
another
curse?
storyline with
Some of
Leela,
the
but it
kids on this
got
floor
cut
have
out of
been
the
getting these,
game.
like,
I don't
threatening
know.
notes from someone calling herself the Black Cat. Well, the first note's a warning, but if you get a second one, something really bad happens to you.
Like, the game kind of
last
goes
week,
into
the girl
detail
in the room
about
next
her
door,
having, like,
Megan
a
Vargas,
hurt
she
wrist,
got a
and Nancy
second note,
thinks
and
she
that
might
night
have
she ate
faked her
something at
wrist
dinner she
injury
was
to
allergic
throw
to,
suspicion
and had such
off
a
of
bad
herself.
reaction that she had to go home.
But I don't think we really
Somebody's
get a
obviously playing
follow-up
prank.
to
A lot
that.
of
Like,
kids
it
are
sets
starting to
up
get
what
really
could have been a
freaked out.
storyline.
Wait a minute. You mean the only girls to get notes from this black cat person are girls who are in the running to be valedictorian?
I hadn't really thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess that's right. Maybe somebody's jealous of us smart kids or something. Or maybe it's one of us.
Alright, here we go.
Maybe someone's trying to scare off her competition. Whatever. It's not gonna work on me.
Well, guess I'd better go start meeting people.
Yeah, I guess you'd better.
Yeah, Leela was definitely
I'm not so
underused
bad, right?
in this game,
What
and
do you
that's probably
mean?
why she's
It's just that-
underrated, because she's
Well, you're about to
not
find out
really
that I'm not exactly the
much
most...
of a presence in this game.
Never mind. You'll see soon enough. You're gonna get in trouble.
Miss Sawyer, get down from there
Alright, so I
before
have my
you
mouse
fall
over
and break
here.
your neck. That will be 3 demerits.
Paige will see you, I guarantee it.
Miss Sawyer, get down from
Alrighty.
there before you fall and
This is
break
working
your neck.
well enough, I
Only
guess, this
3
piece of
demerits.
tape telling me where to move my mouse.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Room, Miss Sawyer. Now, climbing that tree just cost you 3 demerits.
Why is Paige outside even? Why is she even
Paige will
outside?
see you, I guarantee it.
Room,
There's
Miss
like no
Sawyer.
reason.
Now,
Oh, there we go. She said
climbing
the
that
same
tree
thing
just
twice in a
cost you
row,
3
and that
demerits.
feels like it's a short thing for her to say, because it's like not as long as the
I
other
wouldn't
ones.
do that if I were you.
Miss Sawyer.
Like, this
Get
is
down from there before you
longest, whereas the
fall
other
and
one, it
break
only
your
had
neck.
2 words on the
That will be
second
3
line, so it's
demerits.
probably the shortest. Nancy just wants to climb trees, okay? Just let her climb trees. Why do you hate trees so much? Alright, we'll try
Hi,
again.
I'm Nancy
Here we
Drew,
go.
the headmistress.
Hey, you're the new person. Becca something. Becca Sawyer. I'm Corrine, the
It is
person who stuck
a
rooming
little
with
tricky
you.
with the final
I mean, you're
line
the
of
person who stuck
dialogue.
rooming with me. Anyway,
Because
welcome
I have
to
to
my,
scroll
your,
down and click
our
the select
humble
select the
dwelling
last
space.
option.
You don't
I
mind
hear
having
there's
a roommate?
plenty of time
Not
to
at all.
select
The
option
roommate
number
I
2.
used to have, Danielle, she and I got along
Even
great.
even this one,
I
it's
was told you
it's
could help
easy. You've
me,
got plenty
you
of time
know,
to
get
select the
oriented.
last
Oh, yeah,
conversation
you bet.
option.
Let's
With her
First thing
final
you gotta
line,
do
you've
is
got like
read the
4
Waverly
different
student
things
guide,
to
which is
pick, so it's a
online.
little
If you don't
tougher,
have a
but it's not
laptop,
like so super
doesn't
tough.
look like you do. That one little bag is all you brought?
All my stuff's being shipped from France, Lyon. It'll be here in a couple of days. But please, go on.
Gosh,
Anyway,
I feel like I
you
should
can
have
get
been
online by jumping on the computer in the library. Just make sure you read the
keeping
part in the
track
guide
of how
about
many
Waverly's
times I've
demerit
tried
system
this already.
really well. It's enforced by Paige.
This is what, my
Believe me,
third
you
or
do
fourth
not
attempt?
wanna
I
mess
feel
with
like
her.
it's my third or fourth attempt.
Let's see, what else?
It's hard to tell.
Oh yeah, this floor is special because only
It's like
seniors
3.5
who are viable
minutes
candidates for valedictorian live up here.
to get
Whoever's
from
named
the start of the game to the
valedictorian
end of
gets
the
a
game.
full ride scholarship to the university of her choice, so it's a pretty big deal. Of course, the only truly viable candidate is me. Oh, and I should probably tell you about the curse.
So that
curse?
means what?
Some of the kids on this
It'll
floor have
be,
been getting these like
40
threatening notes
minutes
from
to
someone
try
calling
it
herself
10
the Black
times in a
Cat.
row.
The first note's a warning, but if you get a second one, something really bad happens to you. And last week, the girl in the room next door, Megan Vargas, she got a second note, and that night she ate something at dinner she was allergic to and had such a bad reaction that she had to go home. Somebody's obviously playing a prank, but a lot of kids are starting to get really freaked out.
Wait a minute. You mean the
Alright,
only
here we
girls
go.
to get notes from this black cat
I think
person
what
are
is it? I
girls
have
who
to
are in the
click
running
and then
to be
scroll down and then click
valedictorian?
again.
I hadn't really thought of it that way,
Oh,
but yeah.
oh, no,
I guess
not
that's right.
yet.
Maybe somebody's jealous of us
Almost
smart
on
kids
her
or
last
something.
line
Or
of
maybe it's
dialogue
one of
here.
us. Maybe someone's trying to scare off her competition. Whatever. It's not gonna work on me.
Okay, yeah, no,
Well,
you
guess
just
I
need to
better go
scroll
start
down.
meeting
You don't have to
people.
click.
Yeah,
Okay,
guess
that's
you'd better.
fine. That's fine.
I'm not so bad, right?
What do you mean?
It's just that, well, you're about to
Okay,
find out
let's
that
see.
I'm
I
not
think
exactly
I just need
the
to get
most...
my mouse over here on
Never
Crane's
mind.
coffee
You'll
cup.
see soon enough.
Yep, that's it. Coffee cup.
Room, Miss Sawyer. Now, climbing that tree just cost you 3 demerits.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Miss Sawyer, get down from there before you fall and break your neck. That will be 3
Like,
demerits.
Nancy's barely climbed the tree. Give her a break.
Paige will see you, I guarantee it.
Miss Sawyer, get down from there before you fall and break your neck. That will be 3 demerits.
Maybe they should cut down the tree branch, which is right outside this room. You're just
Paige will see
asking
you,
for
I
kids to want to
guarantee
climb
it.
the tree.
Out of the tree and back to your room, Becca. That's 3 demerits.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Room, Miss Sawyer. Now, climbing that tree just
Yeah,
cost you 3
Paige is
demerits.
like an angry person trying to get their kids to fall asleep. That's, yeah. It is bedtime. You need to go to sleep. How do you not realize sleeping is amazing? Alright, so let's see how long this has been going on. 24 minutes, so that means I've done it how many tries? 5? Probably 5.
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew, the headmistress.
Paige is just the angry mom of the game. Oh, that was a mess up. Gonna have to try again.
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew, the headmistress.
I don't blame her for
Hey,
being
you're
mad,
the
I
new
guess.
person.
It is,
Becca something.
what is
Becca
it?
Sawyer.
It's winter break
Green,
and she's
the
forced
person who
to
stuck
stay
rooming with
here
you.
and babysit all
I mean, you're the
the,
person who stuck rooming
all
with
the
me.
other kids.
Anyway, welcome to our humble dwelling space.
You don't mind having a roommate?
Not at all. The roommate I used to have,
I don't know how
Danielle,
old
she
Paige
and I
is
got along
compared to the
great.
other
I
girls.
was told you could help me, you know,
Yeah,
get
is she
oriented.
also
Oh,
like
yeah, you
a
bet.
senior in high
Let's
school?
see.
In this high
First
school?
thing you
Or
gotta
is
do is read
she
the Waverly
is
student
she
guide, which is
slightly
online.
older?
If you don't have a
I
laptop,
feel like she's probably
doesn't look
slightly
like you
older if
do.
she's the one adult
That one
who's in
little
charge
bag
of
is
the
all you
entire entire
All my
building.
stuff's being shipped from France, Lyon. It'll be here in a couple of days, but please, go on.
Anyway, you can get online by jumping on the computer in the library. Just make sure you read the part in the guide about Waverly's demerit system really well. It's enforced by Paige. Believe me, you do not want to mess with her. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, this floor is special because only seniors who are viable candidates for valedictorian live up here. Whoever's named valedictorian gets a full ride scholarship to the university of her choice, so it's a pretty big deal. Of course, the only truly viable candidate is me. Oh, and I should probably tell you about the curse.
Yeah.
The curse?
Some
It's
of the
all
kids on
the
this floor have been getting
valedictorian
these like
candidates
threatening notes
here.
from someone calling herself the Black Cat. The first note's a warning, but if you get a second one, something really bad happens to you. And last
I know
week,
they
the
mentioned
girl in
like
the room
Rachel
next door,
flunked a math
Megan
test, so
Vargas,
she's no
she got
longer
a
in the
second
running
note,
for
and that night she ate something
valedictorian,
at
so
dinner
she shouldn't
was
even
allergic
be
to
here on
and had
this
such a bad
floor.
reaction that she had to go
I
home.
believe that's what
Somebody's obviously playing a prank,
Kareen
but a
says
lot of
later
kids are
on.
starting to get
But
really
it's like,
freaked
you
out.
really want her to
Wait a minute.
kick
You
her
mean
out
the
of
only
her
girls to get notes from
entire,
this
you know,
black
kick her
cat
out of her
person are
room?
girls who are in the running
Kick
to
her
be
out of the building just
valedictorian?
because she flunked a
I hadn't
test?
really
Like,
thought of it that way,
how
but
tough
yeah,
would
I
that
guess
be
that's
if they
right.
had to
Maybe somebody's
update,
jealous of the smart kids or something. Or maybe
you know,
it's one of us.
the housing
Maybe
in
someone's
this
trying to scare off her
campus
competition. Whatever. It's not gonna work on me.
based on
Well,
every
guess I'd
single
better go start meeting
test.
people.
Yeah, I guess you'd better. I'm not so bad, right?
What do you mean?
It's just that
What do you
well,
mean?
you're about to find out that I'm not exactly the most...
All right, here we go. It's
Never
run
mind.
time,
This is
everyone. Run, 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 run
I
outside.
wouldn't do that if I were you.
I see you, Becca. And I just gave you 3 demerits. Now get down from there and go to your room.
I don't check my phone. Demerits are meaningless. They're
You're gonna
like
get
they
in
don't exist.
trouble.
Room, Miss Sawyer. Now, climbing that tree just cost you 3 demerits.
No,
Paige will
climbing
see
the
you, I
tree
guarantee
cost
it.
you 3 demerits, Paige.
Get down from there before you fall and break your neck. That will be 3 demerits.
You're gonna get in trouble.
I see you, Becca. And I just gave you 3 demerits. Now get down from there and go to your room.
It's just so angry.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Miss Sawyer, get down from there before you fall and break your neck. That will be 3 demerits.
Yeah, so I definitely don't know which of my 6 attempts has been the fastest one so far. I'm pretty sure they're all going to be like within the same 4 or 5 second span. Because they've got to be really close. There cannot be that much room for error here in this particular
Hi,
death
I'm Nancy
percent
Drew,
speedrun.
the headmistress.
Oh, messed up there. It's hard to see where the upper
Hi,
left
I'm
corner
Nancy
is.
Drew. This is my center of the headmistress at the...
Where, yeah, because,
Hey,
you
you're
know,
the new
the
person. Becca something.
the
Becca Sawyer.
difficulty selection
Kareen, the
screen
person who
is
stuck
it's
rooming
just
with
got a
you.
black background,
I
so
mean,
it's
you're
hard
the
to see
person who
where
stuck
the
rooming with me.
upper left corner,
Anyway, welcome to my
where
door.
this
Ours.
area at the top of the
Humble dwelling
screen
space.
ends, and
You don't
where
mind
the
having a
actual
roommate?
screen begins.
Not at all. The roommate I used to have, Danielle, she and I got along great.
Yeah,
was told you could
I
help
mean,
me,
you have to
you know,
imagine
get
this from, like,
oriented.
Kareen's
Oh, yeah,
point of
you bet.
view. Like,
Let's
she
see.
gets a new roommate,
thing
she
you gotta
tries
do
to
is read the
introduce
Waverly
herself to the
student guide, which
roommate,
is
talks
online.
for 2
If you don't
minutes,
have a laptop,
roommate immediately
What's
jumps
like
out the
you?
window 5 times in a
one little
row and
bag
gets
is all you
expelled.
bought?
Like,
all my
oh
stuff's
no.
being shipped from France, Lyon. It'll be here in a couple of days, but please, go on.
Anyway, you can get online
Yeah, it's
by
too
jumping
bad
on the
the
computer in the
headmistress, who
Just
gave
make
Nancy
sure
the
you read the
job,
part in the guide about
didn't
Waverly's
give
demerit
Nancy
system
immunity
really
from
well.
demerits,
It's
although I guess
enforced
she
by
didn't
Paige.
want to spoil
Believe me, you do
Nancy's
not wanna mess
cover.
with her. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, this floor is special because only seniors who are viable candidates for valedictorian live up here. Whoever's named valedictorian gets a full ride scholarship to the university of her choice, so it's a pretty big deal. Of course, the only truly viable candidate is me. Oh, and I should probably tell you about the curse.
The
Yeah,
curse?
so this
Some of
is
the
why
kids
it's
on this
like the
floor have been getting
fastest
these, like, threatening
conversation
notes
option.
from
I think
someone
if you
calling
select
herself
the
the
other
Black Cat.
conversation
Well,
option,
the first note's a warning, but
if
if
you
you get a
ask
second
about the
one,
curse,
something really bad happens to you. And last
it's
week, the girl in
longer?
the room
I don't
next
know.
door, Megan Vargas, she got a second
I
note,
forget.
and that
It's
night
been
she ate
so
something
many
at dinner
years
she was
since I
allergic
played
to
the game and
had
went through
such a
this
bad
opening
reaction that she had to
conversation
go
like
home.
5 times to
Somebody's
figure out the
obviously playing a
fastest way
prank,
through
but
it.
a lot of kids are starting to get really freaked out.
Wait a minute. You mean the only girls to get notes from this black cat person are girls who are in the running to be valedictorian?
I hadn't really thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess that's right. Maybe somebody's jealous of us smart kids or
Oh,
something.
hi.
Or maybe it's one of us.
Somebody just joined the
Maybe
live
someone's
stream.
trying to scare
This is
off
the
the
quickest death
competition.
in the game. You're going to
Whatever.
see it
It's
like
not gonna work
within
on me.
a minute.
Well, guess I better go start meeting people.
Yeah, I guess you'd better.
As soon as
I'm
Corrine
not so
stops
bad, right?
talking, we're going to get to
What
the
do you mean?
quickest death of the
It's
game.
just
The
that-
first death
Well,
is
you're
just
about
like
to find
right
out that
here
I'm not
in
exactly
Nancy's
the
room.
most... Never mind. You'll see soon enough. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Miss Sawyer, get
Yeah,
down
so
from
with
your
Midnight in
ball
Salem,
and break your
you
neck.
know, one way they
That
could have
would
made
be
it
3
feel like
demerits.
the old Nancy Drew games is to have a death scene really quick at the start, but there is none.
Paige will see you,
There
I
is no
guarantee.
death scene in like
Miss
the first
Sawyer.
half of the game, or the
Now,
first 90%
Climbing
of the
that tree
game,
just cost
even.
you 3 demerits.
There is a big sinkhole in the Salem town square, so I feel
Paige
like
will
if
see
they
you,
had
I
made that a
guarantee.
death scene,
Miss
that
Sawyer,
would have been
get
truer
down from
to
there
like the
before you
Nancy
fall
Drew
and
spirit
break your
of
neck.
Nancy
That
can
would be
die
3
really early
demerits.
on. That would have been cool
I
too,
wouldn't
like,
do that if I
because
were
Nancy
you.
has to chase after the
Room,
culprit
Miss
towards the
Sawyer.
start of Midnight in
Now,
Salem, and like, wouldn't that have been a
climbing
good
that tree
death
just cost
scene?
you 3 demerits.
Nancy fails to chase after the culprit. Would have made doing a death percent speed run for Midnight in Salem a lot easier. As it is, like, I'm not looking forward to trying to get to the first death of that game, because it takes forever. Whereas getting to the first death in this game, less than 4 minutes. It's in like the 3-minute range. Somewhere in there, right? So there we go. That is the first death of the game for those of you who just joined the live stream. So how many more tries should we do before we call this live stream done? Let's see. So I've been streaming for 32 minutes. I'll just get my calculator. 32 divided by 3.5. So that means I've done about 9 tries. Let's do 1 or 2 times. So far, the fastest deaths have been like Ghost of Blackmore Manor. No, Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. You take 1 step forward and then you die. Basically, you step on the rotten floorboards. Also, Secrets Can Kill. Really easy to get the death scene at the diner. And, gosh, I don't know. Secrets Can Kill Remastered. There's a death scene. We've got the safe that drops there. Haunted Carousel was a lot longer than I thought it would be. It's just setting off the thing in Nancy's room, the ironing board. You turn on the iron and then you leave, and that's the death scene. I thought that would be under a minute, but I think it was like a minute or so. Anyway,
Hi, I'm
let's
Nancy
do
Drew, the headmistress at the Waverly
attempt number 10, and then call this an ended video.
Hey, you're the new person. Becca something. Becca Sawyer. I'm Corrine. The
I
person who
am,
stuck rooming with you.
I mean, somebody asked,
you're the person
will
who
Her
stuck rooming
Interactive
with
let me
me.
death run
Anyway, welcome
Mystery
to
of the
my-
7 Keys?
your
I mean, when the game comes out, I
blowing
don't
space.
think there's anything
don't
they can do
mind
to
having a
stop me from
roommate?
doing a death
Not
percent
at all. The
run.
roommate I used to have, Danielle, she and I got along great.
I was told you could help me, you know, get
I
oriented.
mean, I guess they
Oh,
could
yeah,
ask
you bet.
nicely.
Let's see. First thing you gotta do is read the Waverly Student
I
Guide,
don't know
which
why
is
they
online.
would be opposed
If you don't
to
have a laptop,
having
look like
people
you
play
do.
their video games.
That one little bag is all you brought?
All my stuff's being shipped from France, Lyon. It'll be here in a couple of days. But please, go on.
Anyway, you can get online by jumping on the computer in the library. Just make sure you read the part in the guide about Waverly's demerit system really well. It's enforced by Paige. Believe me, you do not want to mess with her. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, this floor is special because only seniors who are viable candidates for valedictorian live up here. Whoever's named valedictorian gets a full ride scholarship to the university of her choice, so it's a pretty big deal. Of course, the only truly viable candidate is me. Oh, and I should probably tell you about the curse.
The curse?
Some of the kids on this floor have been getting these, like, threatening notes from someone calling herself the Black Cat. Well, the first note's a warning, but if you get a second one, something really bad happens to you. And last week, the girl in the room next door, Megan
Probably
Vargas,
just
she got a
stream
second note, and that
the
night she ate
Nancy
something at dinner
Drew
she was
game
allergic to, and
if
had
game
such a
number
bad
34
reaction that
comes
she had to
out.
go home. Somebody's obviously playing a prank, but a lot of kids are starting to get really freaked out.
Wait a minute.
People,
you mean the
people
only girls to
prefer
get notes
seeing
from
me
this black cat
stream
person are
the
girls
new
who are in
Nancy
the
Drew
running to be
games as opposed
valedictorian?
to
I hadn't
pre-recording
really
it.
thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess that's right. Maybe somebody's jealous of us smart kids or something, or maybe it's one of us. Maybe someone's trying to scare off our competition. Whatever. It's not gonna work on me.
Well, guess I'd better go start meeting people.
Yeah, I
think
guess
it
you
was,
better. I'm not so
gosh.
bad, right?
What do you mean?
It's just
Game
that,
26, I
well,
think,
you're
was the
about to
first
find out that I'm
game
not
where
exactly the most-
I did, like, my
Never
first,
mind.
like,
You'll
blind
see soon
playthrough, where I hadn't played the game
They'll
before, and
see
people
you,
really
I
like
guarantee
that.
it.
Miss
And
Sawyer,
so when I go back
get
and see,
down from
okay,
there
what
before you
gets
fall
more
and
views,
break
my
your
first
neck.
playthrough of the game
will be
or
3
my
demerits.
actual video walkthrough, which I did like a week later after I'd
I
played the
wouldn't
game
do
several
that if I
times
were
and knew
you.
how to solve all the
Out of the
puzzles.
tree and back
People
to your
rather
room,
watch my
Becca.
first
That's
playthrough.
3 demerits.
They like it way better.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Out of the tree and back to your
And
room,
you know, of
Becca.
course, I'll
That's
do whatever's
3
most
demerits.
popular on my channel. At the same time, usually on my channel, it's
I
like if
wouldn't do
something
that
has
if I were
Nancy
you.
Drew in the title, people
Out
will
of the
watch it.
tree
If
and
it doesn't
back
have
to your
Nancy
room,
Drew in the
Becca.
title of the video,
That's
nope,
3
ain't getting
demerits.
any views. Nobody's gonna watch that one.
You're gonna get
I'm
in
exaggerating for
trouble.
humorous
Out of
effect,
the
but
tree
that
and
is
back
kind
to
of
your
true.
room, Becca. That's 3 demerits.
And then at the same time, like my most watched videos, like 9 of my top 10 videos are not Nancy Drew videos. They are like no commentary, or yeah, they gosh. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed seeing me practice this over and over again.
Hi,
No idea
I'm
what
Nancy
the
Drew.
best time
the
was
headmistress at the
at
Waverly
all.
Academy for
I'll
Girls
just-
has asked me,
I'll just
begged
let
me
the,
actually, to discover who's been leaving
I'll just
mysterious
determine that
notes
in
for
the
students there
video-
and causing the strange accidents that always follow them.
Video,
So
what do you
malicious
call
was
it?
the last accident, the parents of its victim
I'll
are
just do it
threatening
in
to
video
sue the
editing,
school
figure out
if the
which one is
perpetrator
fastest,
isn't
which one's
identified. Fast.
less
And
fast.
so, pretending to be a transfer student
Yeah.
named Becca Sawyer, I'm going to go undercover at the upstate New York boarding school and hopefully find the culprit.
I mean, I could check just my Nancy. Let's just check right now. Let's do a check right now. With the videos, the most recent videos I've done. Nancy Drew death videos. So views 435, 613, 663, 760, 700. So basically 400 through 700 range. The walkthrough I did last week, the one before that. 200 range. 200 range. With the first video being over 300. So, yeah, people would rather watch the Nancy Drew stuff than my other stuff. Maybe they just didn't like Dark Romance Vampire Origins. Let's check the other stuff. Haunted Halls. Again, nothing's cracking 300, so maybe people didn't like Haunted Halls. Goosebumps, Attack of the Mutant, which I did this month. Did scary games for Halloween. None of those are cracking 300 views. And then Barbie Princess Bride, looks like that did not crack 300 views as well. But, the Nancy Drew death videos, which have been up for not as long as the other ones, they've all cracked 300 views. Oh, yeah, Nancy Drew Secret of Shadow Ranch. That went up today, 5:30, so like 8 hours ago. It's already at 400 views. So, I think just scrolling through my channel of the stuff that was posted in October, anything with Nancy Drew in the title has gotten over 400 views. Anything without Nancy Drew in the title is hoping to get, like, to the 400 view mark. Oh, well. I love those Ace Attorney ones, too. Yeah, oh, man, Ace Attorney was so fun to play. I wish I could do another mega marathon of the Ace Attorney games. And,
I have to use a fake name instead of my real one because of any of my soon-to-be classmates
yeah,
plug the name
and
Nancy
everything
Drew
wrong with
into an
Nancy Drew
online
game
search engine.
series. That was
My
fun to
cover
do,
would be
but also
blown
I
in an
really
instant.
kind
And
of
to
don't
make
like
sure
being
no
in the
one sees or
mindset of
hears anything
Mr.
that could give me
Complains about
away, the
everything all the
headmistress has
time. I'm like,
forbidden me to
oh.
contact her.
So I was
which means
glad
I'm
when that
about to be
series ended.
tossed
Also, those
totally on
videos
my
took
own
forever
into
to
a
edit
world
because
of bright, privileged, quick-conscious teenage
I don't know
girls.
about the guy who does the everything wrong with videos professionally, but they must have great editing system because it took me forever to get every single video clip and then have the reason listed at the bottom of the screen, so a subtitle on every single video clip. And the worst was when I realized one of my things didn't make sense and I had to delete it, and then I'd have to renumber every single thing in the video. Oh, they took forever. All right. Okay. Got me a little distracted here at the end of the video. Hope that's okay, though. Have fun. Have a great day. Try not to climb any dangerous trees.